Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm Fotini. I'm coming from Athens, Greece, and I'm a high priestess and a self-knowledge consultant, an esoteric astrologer, and a writer. And this video is about how you can regulate your nervous system. And you might have been listening to many speakers right now talking about this, but this video, because it's coming from an experience of 24 years in the self-knowledge path, the path of self-realization, but also from my higher self and ascended part of me, who can explain both the higher reason of why you need to do that and what it is actually what the science are calling nervous system regulation. And because I'm Aquarius, I'm going to, and this is the age of Aquarius, I'm going to present you both paths. The mystical path, which is now becoming occult means obvious, so that you can know in this way what it is, the real cause behind, and how this is coming into the physical plane as an observation, because science is purely observation. Science does not create anything. Consciousness creates. But science is observing consciousness. And based on the observation, science makes assumption, then proofs, and then use these proofs for, again, interpreting consciousness. So this is an ongoing relationship and process between consciousness and the physical world. That's why just saying philosophically, and my ancestor knew a lot about it, just saying that you are creating your environment without first fully embody what this means. What does it mean, embodying? And embodying are embodying and regulating the two currents, which is your nervous system and your parasympathetic system, which is masculine and feminine. And these are the two primary currents in the Empingala, which is also Isis and Osiris, masculine and feminine within, energies, okay? And it's very important to understand, and I'm going to do this video. First, I'm going to share the 5 points that I have written here, which is both an example of the mysticism and occultism, and then I will suggest, according to me, what you should do, but this is just my suggestions. I have walked this path. I am fully regulated now, and so you can contact me and have and work with me in one-on-one or have the coach, or you just have this video for reference. I would like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, because in that way I can share my knowledge to more people, if that is something that you would like to do. And let's start. The embodiment of these two energies, masculine and feminine, although they are running through our body, we are not aware of them, I mean the majority of humanity, because we are polarized. What that means? It means that whenever you make a choice, whenever you have a thought, whenever you have an emotion, automatically you believe that this is coming because you are either a man or a woman. And so you have one perspective. Now, before being aware, you believe that everybody, every other man or every other woman is thinking like you, when it's not. For example, you may be a man, but you are thinking like a woman, or the opposite. And of course, you can be a woman and think like a woman. The two hemispheres in our brain is, the left is the logical mind, the masculine way of thinking, and the right is the intuitive, which is the spiritual aspect of us, which is the feminine, and is rewired to the parasympathetic nervous system, and it is connected with the subconscious mind. Most of this information are well known. What is not so much known is that when we come to Earth and we are incarnated and out of the womb of our mother, the one current, the let's say, the one string, which is the silver string, is remaining with the soul. And the golden string is what it's here. It's the conscious mind. That means that we are, as I said at the beginning, embodying all that we are, connected with our soul, but this is out of the physical dimension, out of the physical expression, but yet it is as if we are that, and we receive this information. And not only we receive that, but most of the times we are acting based on that, but we are not aware of that. Now, the golden string, which is the conscious mind, is also connected with the left brain and the root chakra, and it is what we call Christ rising the ladder, which is the spine, reaching the head when he meets the silver line, which is Isis, and combine the two are the third eye and perception. And only then we truly see. For that to happen, this is the whole point of enlightenment. From aeons, that was kept a secret, or it was mysticism. It's not anymore. This is science. This is science. This is the science of the human, of the luminous human, or the Christed human. But this is a new archetype. It hasn't been embodied yet. This is the new archetype of the Age of Aquarius, because the Age of Aquarius is the union of the Aquarian waters, which is the silver line, with the Leo axis, which is the golden line. And the water of Sophia, Aquarius, I am an Aquarius, is coming from the great central sun, which we call Source, or God, or whatever you want to call it. And the sun is our spiritual sun, which is Sirius, and the physical sun is the sun of our solar system. So this alignment, which by the way I showed that in my video yesterday, is the harmonious frequency of 369 or 963, however you want to see it, which is aligning the great central sun, the spiritual sun, and the physical sun. Within our body, this is the ninth dimension chakra, which is the stellar gateway, and the spiritual sun, which is the Christed sun, Sirius, Mother Isis, the Christ's children, and the physical sun is our brain. When we are becoming luminous, when we have seen. This is what is coming for humanity for the next 14 years with Neptune in Aries. Neptune entered Aries yesterday. Now, embodying and regulating the nervous system demands, first, you have to embody what you are studying in any form. Whether you are a science, a lawyer, a metaphysical teacher, a guru, whatever you are learning, even reading a book, if you don't embody it, if you don't feel it, it is as if you haven't done anything. So, many times, I will give you an example. I was a lawyer for 21 years, and I stepped out of the legal field because my higher self took me one day and showed me that what was happening in my life wasn't according to the law. And so when I was fired from my work, I was an attorney and working in the legal department of a bank. I was forced to do something that not only wasn't legal, but was unethical. And then my higher self stepped in and asked me, do you want to follow it? And I had the choice to endure, compromise, or step away. And I did. So, this is the first way that I always teach in my lessons, that you have to embody what you are saying. Years later, I did the same thing, withdrawing myself for the so-called spiritual groups and spiritual gurus who were again doing the same thing. They were teaching something that they weren't embodying themselves. And again, my higher self came and said, get out now. You see, you cannot teach and you cannot create your environment, and you cannot teach your inner child, which is your Christ's child, which is your 8th chakra, if you don't do what you are learning. I have many followers over the years on Facebook and I delete many of them because they were only taking from me and they weren't doing anything to show that they were appreciating my work, my offerings, and what I was freely sharing. And it is not that I was doing what I was doing for that. But when you say that you want to have a reciprocal love and heartfelt relationship, which I know many of you divine feminines want to create, because the next thing for humanity is a sacred union template, which, by the way, I have channeled the new code. So if you want to embody this kind of relationship, you have to give, not only receive. Because in that way, you are placing yourself in scarcity mindset, in poverty mindset, in I am the victim, I am only receiving without giving. So you are teaching your body that you don't have anything. Even a thank you. You don't have anything. That's why your environment is a survival mode. The next thing, that was some of the examples that I can give you of embodying what you are saying. Over the years, although I was receiving my codes and a lot of confirmation about what I was doing, whenever I needed something, I didn't hesitate to address it, work with my trauma, because trauma is what the inner child had suffered once the part of the soul was incarnated. And I treasure the ones who have helped me. But at some point, my spiritual family, the one of Sananda and Mary, guided me to withdraw my energy from everybody. And I say that with caution. I don't want to sound prideful or anything like that, but you have to understand that I can see in what stage the other is, and from what point is doing what it's doing. And I'm not here to support the luck. I am here to show how wholeness can be embodied. And that's why I'm doing this video about the nervous system. Another thing that it's very, very important to know is you have to be fully aware of your own mechanism, and not only that as a knowledge, but you have to know how that works. For example, you have to know your own blueprint, which is your 7 rays. Your rays are the energetic blueprints that you are carrying within your subtle bodies, your physical, your emotional, your mental, your personality, your soul, and your monad. In that way, you bring all the energies into alignment. Then you have to know your human design. That means that how your body is operating. Then you have to know why you are born where you are born, because astrocartography is the ley lines that are connecting you with your root chakra and also with the collective unconscious. So remember when I said about the silver line, if you place yourself in an environment that it isn't for you, there is no way that you can be self-aware. No way. That's it. You are struggling and you are in survival mode. And this era is not about survival because we exit that. This is the old Atlantean timeline when Atlantis sank. That's why it's survival. So you have to know that. Your race, your human design, your astrocartography, your astrology map, you have to have all this knowledge and then apply them in your day-to-day life. The era of Aquarius, it's about acquiring knowledge about you. It's not that the knowledge will save you. It's about making the mystic, the unknown up till now, known to you. But in a way that it's practical, because Aquarius is practical. You have to embody it. And the most important thing, through your race, through your human design, through all of that, you are teaching your body, which is your conscious mind, how to operate. And we are coming back again to the nervous system. If you are acting with ignorance about who you truly are, because the age of Aquarius is about individuation, you are not going to succeed. And when I talk about success, I'm not talking becoming, I don't know, a famous actor or a famous speaker. No, I'm talking about your day-to-day life, about being happy, about enjoying life. Okay? This is it. This is success. Aquarius is about simplicity. The age of Aquarius is about simplicity. Okay. And we are coming to the 5th part. You have to have at least 1 or 2 sessions with a clairvoyant so that you can see where the blocks are within your chakras. I have 2 activations about that. The one is the Venus star, which we are combining the two hemispheres in your brain, and the other one is activating the throat chakra. That's why I'm wearing turquoise, which is the color of the throat chakra. When we go through clairvoyantly through your chakras up to the ninth dimension, I can see where the blockages are. Mainly you have blockages in all, but working with each one with certain methods and codes, you can start opening your internal stargates, because you are a multidimensional being. You can open your inner stargates so that, let's say, the light of your soul, which is coming from the great central sun, which is the stellar gateway in you, can come into your body and change your reality. This is all about becoming an enlightened being. This is a common procedure for the age of Aquarius and for the years to come. This is not mystical, because if you don't choose it, because you have always free will, if you don't choose that, then you are choosing the path of surrendering your will to what is happening outside of you, and then being controlled. It's as simple as that. And being in survival mode, and actually don't be aware, okay? And working with all that and practicing all of them into day-to-day life, like washing your teeth or eating your breakfast or exercise, these are part of uniting yourself. It's not mystical anymore. It's here. It's essential. But as of all things, you are choosing whether you want to embody the new, the silver line and the golden light, Isis and Osiris, feminine and masculine, union, alignment within, and nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. And in that way, you create, but also experience a different reality. Because you have trained your existence, your body, that this is what I accept. And accept and receive is, you have the image that most of the time I've been shown is that it's like eating love, eating the rose. It's the same thing. It's energy. So I would suggest for this kind of work, a part of the activation that I mentioned, and they are on the offerings in the community board on the channel, and or you can send me an email. The codes that are necessary for this work, for starting this work, is first code 244, which is the union of masculine and feminine, and then code 100, which is the code of wholeness, and it's the code of unconditional love. And these codes are helping you. They are coded archive audio that I'm sending to you, and you can repeat them so that you receive the both the info but also the energy of how this process of inner union is regulated within your body. Let me know if you have any question. You can email me, you can try. I have a 15 minutes free wisdom talk so that you can get to know me and see what it is that you would like. And I hope to hear from you and share with you. Please, if you like what you are hearing, send a message to your nervous system and subscribe. Otherwise, we are not interacting and you don't have received anything because you are still keeping yourself and not giving. Have a great day. Bye.